They're going to make me, yeah.
What are your thoughts on Washington's offense as you prepare for that?
You know, they're really good in several different position groups. I think the running back group is probably as good as we've seen. The tight end group is really strong. Wideouts really compete for the ball. Offensive line, really sound. They're one real good tackle back. They got him back there at the end of the year. And then the quarterback certainly has production over his career that you respect. So it's a complete offense. There's not a position group that you look at and say, that's a weakness. There really isn't.
Greg, you told us, we'd asked late in the season about defense. You'd say it's a week-to-week thing, and things can get better. Could be a matchup situation. Did you take a look after the year at the season as a whole? How did you evaluate the way you guys played on that side of the ball?
Well, the biggest thing that stands out is the long runs. In this day and age, people are going to hit passes, and that's something you live with. You can't have too many of them, but we have not, thank you, we have not, I've never had long runs like this in my career, and it's for a lot of different reasons, but when runs break, the first 8 to 10 yards can be attributed to the front 7, but then it's the secondary's job to get it down. That's why they call it the secondary. And we just haven't done a very good job of that. We're going to have to do a good job this game because they're going to get the ball into the secondary. They run the ball very effectively. They're very patient. And as I said earlier, they have really good personnel. So we're going to need to, when the ball does pop, we're going to need to get it on the ground for us to win the game.
Bruin has always used that evaluation-friendly mantra, whether it's coaches or players. Do you look at this year and see the wins in the Big Ten Championship and being here, consider it something must have been okay, or are there issues that you think need to be addressed with this defense?
Well, we need to improve. At Ohio State, there's no such thing as being inexperienced, but we never, where we struggled, we never really got our safety opposite Jordan Fuller. We went into the year that is a question mark, and it wasn't until late in the year that Brendan White started to do some good things. But I say that would be one area, and overall, we did in big games. You look at the beginning of the season, you look back and you say, okay, TCU, Penn State on the road, team up north, 3 big games. Defense did a lot of big things in those games, whether it's scoring on defense and TCU twice, blocking a punt, Penn State, keeping our team in the game so we could win the game in the end. And then obviously the team up north with takeaways and block punts and those kind of things. So, and you look at it, I looked at it and evaluated it. It's not what we set out to do, but I think there's this bowl preparation, we've had growth, and this group will have plenty of room for growth because the predominance of them will be back and chance to be a good defense. But you're not allowed to take skippets. You're not allowed to take years where you don't play great defense at Ohio State. That's not the way it works. So overall, I was disappointed, but there was a lot of positive things in those big games that gave us a chance to win those games. So opportunistic probably, but not our expectation level.
Greg, there's a few things in flux here because of the change. How do you look at your future at Ohio State?
Well, I don't worry about that. I've always went by God's got a plan for me, for my family, as well as for Ohio State and the whole institution. I'm excited about the future of Ohio State. We're going to see where that all, after the game is when we're going to deal with all that stuff. So I'm not overly concerned with any of it. I think Ohio State's in great position. Coach Meyer has developed a tremendous culture, and Coach Day, I know, will put his stamp on it. But the makings of a long-term success are in place.
Do you want to remain?
What's that?
Would you like to remain?
Yeah, I love being here. My family loves being here. But again, as anytime there's a coaching change, whether it's internal or not, coaches have to a head coach has to select the staff that he feels gives the team the best chance to win. And, you know, whatever Coach Day decides to do, certainly his prerogative. And right now I'm worried about one thing, and that's winning the Rose Bowl.
Can you talk about working with him early in the year?
Say that
Talk
again?
about working with him early in the year, that
Really,
relationship.
yeah, really enjoyed it. I thought Ryan did a tremendous job, as I said at the time. He was thrust into a position a day before training camp. You know, a lot of times I remember when I got my first head coaching job, I had 8 months to get ready for that first day of training camp. You know, I think Ryan maybe had 18 hours. He did an incredible job. It was fun working alongside of him, trying to help in any way I could. And I think, you know, winning those 3 first games kind of got our momentum going. And then when Coach Meyer came back, gave us a platform to get the season going.
Have you even discussed the future with Ryan yet?
We have. I'm going to keep that all private. Ryan and I have discussed it a little bit, but I really didn't want that to be anything. He's got so much on his plate right now. I want him to, you know, get our offense ready, number one. He's done an unbelievable job doing that this year. And then he's going to have a whole mess of things. He's already had them on his plate, but, you know, when January 2nd comes, his life's going to change quite a bit, and he needs time to work through all that.
You have coached in the NFL, obviously. Considering what happened in Tennessee, you know, the chance of getting a head coaching job, I don't know what you think about them, but that probably didn't help. I mean, do you think that your future, if you want to become a head coach again or the advancement, might be in the NFL?
I'm not going to get into all that today. This is about the Rose Bowl game, and that's our goal, to win the Rose Bowl. So I'm going to stick to that. As I said, there'll be a time to discuss that. Unfortunately, it hasn't been yet, but when it happens, I'll let you know.
Hey, Greg, there's no secret that you and Urban are close friends, right? Regardless of what happens, what's it going to be like moving forward without working with him anymore? I mean, does this hit you harder than maybe some of the other people on the staff, just given your relationship with him?
Well, you're right. I have a long-standing relationship with Urban, and I just want what's best for him. You know, that comes before Ohio State. He comes before Ohio State. He comes before everything. He's a very dear friend, and I think Coach did a really good job of assessing where he was in life, in his career, and he decided it was time to step down. And as long as that's what he wants, I'm happy for him and for Shelley and their family. So, yeah, but he's not going anywhere. He'll be around. So our relationship, I really enjoy our relationship.
Has your experience at Ohio State been what you wanted?
Oh, it's been outstanding. I mean, Ohio State is a unique, rare place. Every week, incredible fan support. All the things you need to be successful as far as resources. Gene Smith, an incredible athletic director who has a great staff that provides you with, you know, all the things you need to win. And we have more than anything, we have great players, great kids, young men that are not only talented and fun to coach in that way, but really good people. Coach Meyer and staff have done a great job of recruiting the right kind of people to Ohio State.
What have the past few weeks been like for you guys as a coaching staff with Ryan kind of leading the recruiting effort to prepare to take over that head coaching position?
Very similar to what it always is that time of year. I mean, it's craziness in December, right? You're getting ready for the bowl game. You're recruiting. Now with the advent of the early signing date, which really should be the signing date, right? And the other one called the late signing date, because that's when everybody signs, at the early signing date. It's been, as it is every year, a whirlwind. A little different in that Urban wasn't on the road with us. Now Ryan was, but that was all good.